It's 5 o'clock and time for Wiregrass Strong. The new coronavirus epidemic is a big problem that's expected to become bigger in the weeks and months to come. For those who are infected as well as those trying to avoid infection, these are trying times. But amid all the doom and gloom, there are some positive stories, positive messages, and reasons to remain hopeful. So every afternoon at this time, your Wiregrass Radio family of stations will come together while staying apart to help you stay informed. We're going to be seeking your input. If you're a business impacted by the virus, call and let the Wiregrass know what you are doing to continue safely providing your services or goods. And if you're a parent working hard to take care of your family, we'd love to hear how you are coping. Remember, only the facts, no hearsay or rumors, and we're trying to keep things positive. Our number is 334-699-1053, or you can join us on YouTube Live, and you can chat throughout the program. Welcome you to a Tuesday edition of Wiregrass Strong. This half hour brought to you as a public service of Knights Wrecker Service, 899-3257. Knights Wrecker, Ashford, Dothan, and Headland. They'll get to you and take care of your problem, whatever it is, big or small. They do it all. Knights Wrecker, 899-3257. We're also streaming on Facebook Live, B1053, and we're on Wiregrass Radio. That is the channel on YouTube Live. We're also broadcasting on all four of our FM properties, WESP, WECB, WJRL Dothan, and WBBK Blakely Dothan. And we have on the panel today, Squirrel Rock out with hand sanitizer. You have stuck with that from the beginning, haven't you, Squirrel?
Yes, indeed.
And
that's what we should be doing. We should all have one in our back pocket.
That's right. Also, Dave Gilligan. He is half of Pollard and Dave Mornings right here from 6 to 9 on B1053. Good morning, Dave. Good afternoon.
Good morning, everybody. It's good to be talking with you this afternoon.
All right. Also on the panel with us, we have a great roundtable of retail from the local Dothan area. And we have Susan from Eagle Eye Outfitters, and we have Michael from Kidwell's Custom Framing, and Miranda from Gilt Boutique. And we're going to go around the room right now and let each one of them tell you a little bit about their business. We'll start with Susan from Eagle Eye Outfitters. Susan?
Yes, thank you, Ricky, for having us on today. My name's Susan Anderson. Me and my husband, Mark, own Eagle Eye Outfitters here in Dothan. We've been pretty drastically impacted by the whole coronavirus here. We have 75 employees, which we had furloughed 100% of them on March 28th when the governor originally mandated the shelter in place that started. And we're excited about opening back up this Friday. We'll get into more details on that in a little bit. Planning on opening from 10 to 6 on Friday. We'll have some abbreviated hours. Going to still continue to do some curbside pickup. But we can talk through that in a little bit more detail in a few minutes and the other impacts to the Wiregrass and the other business owners in the Wiregrass.
Absolutely. Thank you, Susan. Also with us is Michael Kidwell, our neighbor from Foster Street here. Michael runs Kidwell's Custom Framing. And tell us a little bit about your business, Michael.
Thank you, Ricky, and thank you, Wiregrass Radio, for inviting me and for putting this on. I'm located at 280 North Foster Street in beautiful downtown Dothan. We do custom picture framing, large format printing, shadow boxing, and all that type of stuff. You can reach us at 699-5900. You can give us a call or text. You can find our work on Facebook, Kidwell's Custom Framing, and Instagram. And we're excited to get back to work and serve our community and our clients.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael. And also with us is Miranda, and Miranda is from Gilt Boutique. Miranda?
Hey, Ricky. Thanks again. Yes, I have Gilt Boutique located in Dothan, Alabama. I'm on the circle directly next to Red Elephant. You can reach me on Facebook. It's Gilt. And then on Instagram also, it's Shop Gilt. You can direct message on there. Yeah, it's been a little drastic, but I'm excited. I do plan to open Friday. I'll be here 10 to 7, opening Friday morning. So it's I'm optimistic about everybody's approach on getting out and shopping. So hope to see everybody.
All right, great. Once again, it's Susan from Eagle Eye Outfitters, 3535 Ross Clark Circle, 673-2878, and on the web and Facebook. We're going to put all of this information in the comments on the replay of this video. Michael is Kidwell's Custom Framing, 280 North Foster Street in Dothan. He's also on the web and Facebook. His phone number is 699-5900. And Miranda from Gilt Boutique, 3108 Suite 8, Ross Clark Circle in Dothan, over there by the Red Elephant, 790-0106. Y'all correct me if any of those numbers are wrong. Miranda is also on Facebook and the web with Gilt Boutique. All right, folks, here it is right here. That is what happened today. Alabama's new Safer at Home order. And on the panel, besides Brother Ricky Carter, is Dave Gilligan. And Dave, I'm not really sure about Squirrel. I think he kind of straddles the fence, but I'm anxious. I didn't think she did enough. And Dave is cautious, and he thinks, I believe, Dave, if I'm going to let you speak here in just a second, that she probably did what's right. And Squirrel will also ask you, and then we'll get the discussion started. What do you think, Dave?
I tell you, we're a small business too. Radio is a small business, local radio, and we depend on the very people we have on the panel today for our business. And of course, I'm worried about the safety of all our listeners and all our businesses in town. And I like a cautious approach personally. I think slow and steady is going to win this race. I think it's going to build our economy up at a great pace. I'm so glad that businesses are able to open up, however restricted. But I'm hopeful that our governor is making the right call, and the slow and steady pace is the way to go.
All right. And Squirrel, I'm anxious to find out what you think. Squirrel is from Rock 100.5.
All right, I'm going to keep it a little grounded for this show here, but I say open it up, man. I mean, we got a lot of small businesses that aren't big enough to open. They're not big corporate businesses. They're going to struggle. They may go out of business. I don't know. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot from distancing and washing our hands and not, having people sitting right on your backside when you're in line. We got a lot of precautions. A lot of people have been educated. A lot of people that have been germaphobes have been practicing this for years. And now everyone's practicing it. I say, I just feel bad. I feel bad for the businesses. I get it. I don't want anybody to die either, but at the same time, I don't want the business to go out of business. And because that's going to affect a lot more than anyone else. They got employees they got to feed. They've got people,
to take into consideration too where we are too. I still consider us rural.
It's a whole trickle down effect, and it's going to you get one person that's going to get hurt, it's going to hurt a whole family, a slew of families all the way down. I'm done with this. Open it up.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah. Well, since you said that, Miranda, let's hear your opinion on that, Miranda, the actual order that came down today.
Yeah. I understand. I'm not here to discuss politics or religion at all. Let's not get into that today. But, I'm going to take reasonable steps for social distancing guidelines. We have, we were told we have a 50% occupancy rate. That's fine. I have over 3,000 square feet of shopping space. So I don't have anything to worry about that.
You're fortunate. Yeah.
We've got to start somewhere. We really do. We've had 5 weeks of this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And everybody they've been practicing their common sense hygiene. So let's just continue. Let's go.
I think you nailed it right there, Miranda. It's common sense at this point.
It is.
We are going to be safe if we want to be. And there's those who are not going to be, and you will simply have to avoid them. You see them all
Stay
the
home.
time.
Yeah.
Big box store, and they're not wearing masks, and they're not separating, and you just kind of walk through the parking lot around them and stuff. So
Yeah, if somebody doesn't want to do the right thing, trust me, I got their back. I'll do the right thing for them. I'll stay way far away.
all right, Susan, let's get your opinion on this.
Well, I tell you, when the governor, and I'm probably going to get a little more political and probably politically correct with it.
No.
When the governor made the comment that she did that all business in Alabama is essential. If you hire employees and you have employees and you contribute to the economy, you're essential. And then she turned around and didn't open up our restaurant partners and our gyms and all the other small business owners that I value here in the Wiregrass area. That just kind of ticked me off. Now, it's bittersweet for me. It did contribute, and it's going to help me and my business and my 75 employees that I have that we're going to be able to open up. But then turn around and we've got restaurants that could occupy it or could practice at the 50% occupancy just as easy as we could. It doesn't make much sense to me.
I agree with you on the restaurants. That was what I was hoping perhaps we'd crack the door on some local restaurants, because everybody knows that per capita, we probably have the most restaurants. And I'm not talking chains. I'm talking some incredibly good mom and pop operations and local operations that need to be open.
I would say they haven't slowed down. They have. You know, they may be doing about a third of their business. They have not slowed down. I'm going to continue to support, our local restaurants. I'm going to continue to go. And from what I've seen, so has everyone else. I'm not going to let that happen.
Michael, how about you?
Well, I tell you, for me as a retailer, today is really bittersweet. I'm happy that the governor's has given her order or suggestion that we open back up as retailers, but I'm also the president of the historic Downtown Dothan Business Association. And over the years, downtown has become a hub for social gathering, for bars, for restaurants, for, Foster Fest, all these things. We have a ton of event venues. So we still have, well over a dozen businesses, most of our businesses down here that are really affected by today's order. They're not being able to be open. And I know from my friends that own restaurants, curbside and takeout is great, but it's not necessarily enough to keep things going. So I really worry about the impact that this is going to have. It's great for me to have my doors open, but downtown is a community. Our business is a community, and we support each other and we need each other. So like I said, today is really kind of bittersweet for me.
And I know Eagle Eye Outfitters, you have a large area, and that's quite a large area too, Miranda. And I know what Michael has over there. That was always my point. Me and the wife would always discuss the big box stores and their occupancy through this whole thing. You and Miranda, I'm talking to Susan and Miranda and Michael, you can control the social spacing in your area a lot better than I'm not going to mention any names. I almost did, but a big box, right?
Big box stores.
Just say big box. Like in our situation, go ahead.
You always could. Even when they were doing it, you could have done it as well.
We did the first couple of weeks in March when all of the orders just first started. We have an electronic traffic counter on our door that syncs in with our inventory system, so we can count how many people are coming in our business at a time. It kind of helps us with scheduling to see how many people we need to have staff. And only at the 1st of March, we never had more than, at the max we had was 25 or 30 people in our doors in an hour's period of time. The economy had already slowed down a little bit. I feel like that's going to be the case when we first open back up. But we can easily monitor that and gauge it. I talked to the fire marshal last week when we were hoping and starting to hear word that we could potentially be opening up. They were basing the occupancy for retail at that time off of square footage. So for we have a 45,000 square foot building. And at the time, they were mandating that we would have to be at 8 people or less per 1,000 square feet. That's 350 people I could have in my doors right now, according to the current guidelines that the governor stated. Miranda, with 3,000 square feet, you could easily have 25, 30 people in your store. So I feel very confident that we could meet those standards and really go way above and beyond what a big box would do, because we're going to have local management, local owners, and decision making that's going to be happening here.
And that was always the case. That was my point. That was always the case. You could have managed that social distancing and the occupancy of your shop a lot better than a big box store who has to count every individual, send those in as those come out. And even that, when you walk into them, it's just a mash of people. And even the employees are just mingled together because
You feel like you need a shower when you leave.
And I don't think anybody is going to argue with me when I state that 90% of our smaller local businesses are a lot safer, not to mention cleaner, than these big box stores. So,
amen.
Well, that's just based on the traffic.
you take your chances.
Yeah, that's just based on the traffic. That brings the question that everybody's going to start asking you guys when the doors are open. And Susan had mentioned earlier some of the precautions that she was taking at Eagle Eye. And here's the thing, guys. I still consider the Wiregrass fairly rural. So social distancing was kind of the norm already, except for maybe going to church, except for maybe going to football games and stuff like that. This is the Wiregrass, and we do have a lot of good common sense folks here, including our business owners. So I feel confident that that the three of you and our other local business owners that you guys have been in communication with are going to do the right thing as far as easing our minds. Does that make sense?
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, for all of us that own small businesses, our name is on it. You know what I mean? Our people know us as our business, and everything that we do, everything that we send out the door is a representation of us. So I think, you know, with my business personally, it was already safe before all this happened. I may have a few people in it, you know, and that's it. So it was already safe to start with. But I have way more confidence in my local business owners to have you know, clean and prepared, because I know that they take a great pride and ownership in what they have, and that's the benefit of buying from small business in the first place, a locally owned business. They take a lot of pride in what they do, take a lot of pride in their stores. So I think that they'll always do a much better job than any, you know, big box store would ever do.
And speaking of local businesses, this half hour brought to you by Knight's Record Service. Big or small, they do it all. 899-3257, Ashford, Dothan, and Headland. We are streaming live on Facebook at B1053. If you have questions, put them in the comments, and we'll pass those questions along. Let's see if we have any here. Well, let's check this one out right here. It says, when will the state give advice on public gatherings? My small business replies solely on public events. Charles McKinley. I don't know that our panel has that answer.
Well, I know Charles actually personally, and he does rely heavily on public events for what he does. He has an outstanding pyrotechnics and fireworks display show that he does all over the South.
I do know Charles. Yes, I do know Charles.
I do. You know him.
Absolutely.
From what I'm gathering from the Safer at Home order that was released today, it would be at least May 15th before anything's addressed.
That's what I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a call today from a gentleman who runs racing events at a local dragway, and they had a race scheduled months ago, which is taking place this coming weekend. And he called me frantic, going, "I don't see it." He says, "I don't see it." Now, he said that outdoor events on the last order were no more than a gathering of 25 spaced 6 feet apart. Well, that's not going to support a drag strip, 25 folks. And he was wondering whether this, because it didn't address any outdoor events other than opening the beaches down at Orange Beach, and of course they've got restrictions down there as well. Charles, thank you so much for your question there. Again, that's going to be an issue we certainly the state has to address. And I'm hoping, instead of giving us little crumbs every week or two, just giving us a little something, perhaps in a week, we'll get a larger lifting of restrictions, and then perhaps a week after that. But if we start going every 2 weeks and just a small handout to local retail and local businesses, much like Charles, I don't know what's going to happen to our local economy, but thank you, Charles, so much for that. I want to remind you on our panel today, Susan from Eagle Eye Outfitters, Michael from Kidwell's Custom Framing, and Miranda from Gilt Boutique. Dave or Squirrel, anything for our panel today?
I just want to encourage all of our businesses to advertise so we can tell everybody that they're open.
Okay, that sounded robotic, but
No, it wasn't meant to be robotic. I'm excited. You guys are firing me up. You guys, I'm watching the excitement on these three people's faces as they look forward to opening back up, and I hope that the public is ready to re-engage, so to speak, with retail shopping and the Wiregrass. I mean, it's a great big part of our community is the small businesses. Michael has just totally fired me up with his attitudes, and Miranda and Susan are just more than capable of doing what they did before, probably even better than you thought, because now it's going to be kind of in your face how much they care about the public. Does you get me on that? I mean, I'm just excited. I wasn't so excited 10 minutes ago.
Well, look, we always knew we had a great community in Dothan, Alabama, and the folks we have on the panel are a cross section of that retail picture, and you guys are great. And Miranda, I don't know if you can see it or not, but Brandy Scott says, "Hey, Miranda, you go, girl."
Hey, Brandy.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I do have a question that you can answer it or you can simply ponder it. The question was, how long were you going to go with your business in waiting for the state before you cracked the door and took your chances? Because let's face it, there are some states where some businesses have decided on their own that we're going to take our chances, and whatever fines or levies are placed against us, we can take care of our business, and we're going to take care of it because it appears as though it's either sink or swim. Mm-hmm. So, Michael, I know earlier, if you care to share with us.
My plan was to open Friday. As business owners, we try not to get too political. Of course, we don't want to turn customers off or whatever, but for me, I love America. I'm a patriot. I love the Constitution. And so for me, Friday morning was going to be opening day, and hopefully it would go well.
Well, I tell you what, I'm proud that we got what we got, but I'm really pulling for our food retailers. We've got to get those restaurants open. We've got to get our theaters and our venues open, and not to mention the bar owners as well.
I really hope, I understand that our local leaders, all the way up to our state leaders and national leaders, really have to weigh this thing. I know that the thing, it's serious. And also there's just a lot that they don't know. I understand that. But at the same time, we have a whole cross section of restaurants that are operating at half capacity, venues, bars that are they have no income. So if they're going to keep them shut down in the interest of safety, then we've got to figure out a way to get those guys some more money. They have to figure out a way to get them some more, for a lot of us, I didn't get any of the SBA funding, any of that type of stuff. So, and I know a lot of people didn't, and a lot of people that did, it's not going to be enough to carry them another month. So I really hope that those same leaders that made this decision have weighed that and hopefully have some help for those people coming.
I'm going to have to agree totally with what you just said, Michael, on that. We did qualify for some PPP funding to help us with our payroll, but it was going to run short here in the next few weeks. And we were pretty much staging ourselves to open this Friday too, regardless. And we're probably going to just have to face some consequences or deal with the local elected officials if we didn't get the order that we did get today. But there's a lot of businesses. I've talked with several friends, restaurants and other retailers in the Wiregrass that are probably not in as good a shape as we were with getting that PPP funding. That honestly don't know right now if they're going to be able to open with waiting till the middle of May, or if that's going to be more of a kiss of death for their business as well as it would be for us if we ended up having to wait till June, into May, 1st of June before we could consider opening.
All right.
Well, and Kay Ivy said it herself earlier. I'm sure you heard that if we were to wait any longer, Washington, there's no way they could print enough money to save us. So. Mm-hmm.
And then what's it going to do for our kids eventually having to pay off this national debt? That's what I'm anxious to see over this next year. How's our taxes and tax brackets and everything's going to change?
Yeah. Me and Dave have this conversation quite often. I'm from the old school that when I was in grade school, there was a place called Fort Knox, and every ounce of gold represented a dollar bill. we had gold to back our money, and that's how it worked. And Dave goes, "We're just printing money now. It's against the deficit." And my brain, even at 62 years old, says that doesn't work. Come on, but we got to do something to prop up the country, and I have to hand it to them. I wouldn't be the one making those decisions, Miss Kay Ivey, Governor Kay Ivey. I wouldn't want what's on her shoulders heaped on mine, because it's it doesn't matter what you do. You're wrong by some people and right by the others. And we're going to have to trust them that they've got the right people in place to make those decisions. But at the same time, we have to balance that against our families and our business and our future. So I don't envy you ladies and gentlemen on the panel today for the decisions you have to make to keep your business viable. Now, I did want to ask about inventory. I know that Michael, if we were talking about customer traffic, if Michael had 25 folks in his shop at one time, he'd have a heart attack. But I know that I think you mentioned, Susan, that you had furloughed 100% of your staff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you continue to get inventory flowing in?
We had pretty much received, pretty much in retail, and Miranda can talk about this as well. We have two major transition seasons in the year. We have a February reset for spring, where we get all of our spring product, and then we'll have a few small inventory shipments that come in throughout the year in replenishment. Then we have a huge shipment that hits into summer, first to fall, for back to school and going into the holiday season. We had just finished our floor set for spring, fully stocked, tons of inventory in stock. So Miranda, you know what that relates to with your payables that's coming due, that pretty much you're having to pay on based off of what you sell in March, April, and May. So you're setting on a ton of inventory and kind of leverage till you sell that product. That's kind of the position we were in at the time and when all this happened. Yeah. So we were prepared. Inventory.
I had prepared for Easter, and
we had to.
Easter came, Easter went.
Yeah. So, and spring break and Mother's Day. So maybe we'll catch a little bit of Mother's Day traffic with being able to open.
Maybe, and I'm really hopeful for these seniors that they'll have a proper graduation. They will, they'll be recognized. So, and even that, maybe we can support our seniors and their activities.
I've got a senior, so I know exactly.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be the best year of high school, and it's just horrible for them this year, and no prom on the horizon.
Right.
So you're right, guys. We got to do it in a way that I think we're all on the same page here. We just got to do it in a way that assures everybody that it's all cool, Mm-hmm. And I think that's exactly what you guys are talking about doing. And I feel certain that all of your business friends are on the same page as well. And that's just super comforting to know, guys. I just want to say that myself. It's just comforting to know that you guys have got everybody's best interest at heart.
Absolutely. Squirrel, what about your inventory? Everything good over there, man?
My inventory, well, it's all stocked up, from the winter, but, we could do this. We can do this. I'm not comparing this to the flu. Don't get me wrong. But when we're sick, I often visit grandma, do you? No, you stay home. You know that you're sick. So I know we don't want to get older people sick or, compromised immune systems, but the same thing happens. We don't go out when we're sick. We could do this. We could do this by using some common sense. We can, if you're feeling okay, you can be a carrier even if you feel great. I get that too, but that's the same with the flu. You just have to do the things that we have been doing right now to even when flu season comes by, we got to keep doing this. Just keep doing this and just keep doing it. We can do it. It's the only way. It's common sense.
Right here is a comment from Carl Grosskirth, and he says, I feel like the guidelines have been in place for months now, and if people follow them going forward, everything will be fine. People haven't stayed home anyway, so why not open up? That's
there you go.
Carl's opinion. Thank you, Carl. There. Also,
Carl noticed that too, guys.
Also, Gina Old, is it Gina Odell Mortimer says, hello, Miranda. Boy, you got a lot of friends, Miranda.
Gina's awesome. Gina's one of the most energetic people on planet Earth.
All right, folks, I want to thank y'all for being here today, and I appreciate this retail roundtable, and I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate the fact that you spent some time with us. And I echo what Dave and Squirrel said. It gives us a boast of confidence in our local retail community to have folks like you ready to open the doors on Friday, and it makes us feel safe. And we appreciate the fact that you know what you're doing. And I'm going to feel a whole lot better about
100%.
walking in my local retail than I am a big
I'm
box
so glad
store.
you came on the show because honestly, it's been the fear. Don't get me wrong, I haven't gone to the big boxes either, but trust me when I say I'm going to start at you guys first from now on.
Maybe we'll see you this weekend.
Maybe.
And I just want to remind everybody that I beat this drum all the time. My friends know, but it's more important than ever to go out and support your locally owned businesses right now. They need all the help they can get. And as a business owner, I know that we tend to support each other and shop with each other. So those dollars go a long way. So please go out and support your local businesses.
Couldn't have said it better. Great way to end the show. This half hour brought to you by Knight's Wrecker Service. We want to thank Susan from Eagle Eye Outfitters, 3535 Ross Clark Circle in Dothan, 673-2878. Also, Michael from Kidwell's Custom Framing, 280 North Foster Street in Dothan, 699-5900. And Miranda from Gilt Boutique at 3108 Suite 8 Ross Clark Circle, 790-0106. And they're all on Facebook and the web. Thank you all for being here with us. We certainly appreciate it. We hope you have a great day and look forward to your doors opening up on Friday. And God bless y'all and good luck, okay?
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
All right, folks, we want to thank everyone for being with us on Wiregrass Strong for this Tuesday afternoon. And we will do it again tomorrow. Our guest tomorrow will be Cliff Mendham. Cliff Mendham from the Chamber of Commerce, Dothan Area Chamber of Commerce, and he'll be in here to talk about much of what we just talked about today, how local businesses are preparing and getting ready for Friday, May 1st, to open their doors, actually 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. But we'll be streaming live on Facebook at B1053 and on YouTube at Wiregrass Radio. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Wiregrass Strong. And in the meantime, stay strong, Wiregrass, all right? And we'll see you then. Right now, we're going to return you to your normal programming.
Chris Mendenheim. You're the best, Ricky. That was a